This is the retake ticket for learning target J. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you have your grade 11 formula sheet for the MCAs. This is going to be the formula sheet that we want to have out anytime we're doing a area type question. Let's take a look at what we got here. I'm going to do a couple examples. I want you to try to finish out this page. So let's look at number 1. First off, this is a square because all of the sides have those congruent marks on it. So it's 30 all the way around, and the formula for a square is 30 squared. You can also just use rectangle, 30 times 30, same thing. And so this is 900 square units. Moving on, gets a little bit more challenging. This is a kite. A kite has one congruent pair here and another congruent pair of sides kind of touching on the other side. The formula for this one, area equals 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So the diagonals being all the way across here and all the way across this way. So the pink diagonal is a length of 15, so the area equals 1/2 15 times the other diagonal, which is going to be 12. And typing that all into our calculator, area equals 90. And again, we don't have units, so we're just going to say square units here. Okay, moving on. Triangle. Area equals 1/2 base times height. And base can come in a lot of different ways. Typically it's the bottom, but it won't always be that way. In this situation, our base is going to be 14. Since we choose that, the perpendicular height then, h is 5. So we'll plug that into our formula. Area equals 1/2 14 times 5. So the area of this triangle is 35. All right, and number 4. This is probably the most difficult formula, but again, just taking your time, making sure that you write it all out and plug those things in. This is a trapezoid. You've got parallel bases right here, and the distance between those bases is 6. So it's 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. So we'll plug everything in here. 1/2. The height is 6. Base 1 and base 2, it doesn't matter which order you put them in because you're just going to be adding. So then to calculate this, you've got 1/2 times 6. 10 plus 12 is 22. So you're just going to multiply 1/2 times 6. You can multiply by 0.5 if you'd like, or divide by 2, and the area will equal 66 units. Square units. Okay, so I'd like you to try number 5 through 12, okay, using all of the formulas we just went over. There is a parallelogram example on number 9 and number 11. That one is just like a rectangle, just like kind of a square where it's base times height. Just be careful that you have the height. I do want to go over one more example though, which is number 13 down at the bottom. This one we're trying to find the perimeter and then the area of a regular polygon. So perimeter, what's the length all the way around? Well, we've got a 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So 5 times 6, the perimeter is 30. Now on your formula sheet, there is a formula, area equals 1/2 apothem times the perimeter. The apothem is this distance from the center. I like to think of it as it's the height of the triangle. And since all of these triangles around would be congruent, You can also find the area by finding one of these triangles and multiplying. If we use the formula, the area will equal 1/2 4.3 times 5. Whoops, not 5, excuse me. 30 is our perimeter. So it's 0.5 times 4.3 times 30. The area is equal to 64.5. Now this is one method to do it. The other method would be to look at just this triangle right here and find the area of that. So find the area of the triangle, that's 1/2 base, which we know is 5, times the height, which is 4.3. And so it's 0.5 times 5 times 4.3. The area of one triangle is 10.75. Now, how many triangles will there be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 triangles all the way around. So we would take this number, and the final area would be 6 times 10.75. And that'll put us right back at our answer. So kind of two methods. Certainly the formula is easier, but if you ever are without the formula, you can always break this into triangles.